Thank you, everyone, for joining my first course, Pregnant, Single, and Winning. And I know that today, you on this course will be a great day. I would like to welcome you, mothers, expected mothers, single mothers who are going through a time in your life right now which gravitated you towards this course. So, again, I just thank you for being a part of this vision that I have on catering and helping single mothers and helping us become the best that we can for our children. So let's get started. Today we're going to discuss my story, which I will describe how I came about this journey that I'm on as far as being a author and a motivational teacher for women and single mothers and mothers particularly. Um, in this course, I'm also just going to give 5 tips on how to improve your personal environment. This is very crucial to your journey. And these are the tips that I've learned to help process the different hurts and abandonments that I was going through. This also helped me evolve into the woman that I am today. And no one wants to, stay angry, stay hurt, even, stay just not accepting what lemons life has thrown at us. But these tips will kind of give a little leeway on how to be able to cope with that. And then at the end, we're going to have a 15-minute little activity exercise that will be very fruitful for you. My journey. I was living in Miami, Florida at the time, and I was, kind of just living life, having fun, just, being the little party girl that I was. I met a man, and things quickly transpired between us, and I conceived my child. During that time, me and him was not getting along, and I kind of have the same story that a lot of us have, or a lot of us that we know other women who has the same story. I was compelled to keep our child, and he was not compelled to keep our child. That crossfire and those disagreements led to a very long, strenuous difficulty in communication, in us co parenting, and us even just existing in the same room together. There were fights, there were arguments, there were mean things being said, there were mean things being done in courts, and all types of just nasty litigations had to come in and kind of help us through this thing. So, as you see, here are just some photos of me, of just me being a mom, me going through the transition. You can see some of my high points and some of the low points, and I was able to keep a smile even though I was hurting tremendously inside. As little girls, um, we don't think like, hey, let's, when I get old, I'm just going to have a baby by myself and that be it. No, we play with Ken, we play with Barbie, and we want to have the dream doll house, and we want to have that house, we want to be the mom, and we want to be the wife. And when things doesn't happen that way, it happens in a more chaotic way. Then you experience unhappiness, you experience bitterness, you experience hate, you experience all these emotions, and these emotions are not easily um, healed. They're not easily taken away unless you do the work. So that's why you're here today, because you want to take the next step and learn how to do the work. And I was here with you. And I'm also still at a point where I am doing the work, always constantly evolving and bettering, myself. So today, because I was able to do the work, now I am an author of Pregnant Alone. That is coming out this year. And also, I am a speaker and a mentor for other women who have gone through similar situations. I privately mentor young women that are in college, and I also mentor other women who are going through pregnancy alone. So we're going to get started on how I was able to go from this bitter baby mama to the incredible mother that I am today. Not only am I an incredible mother, but me and my child's father has a great relationship where we are communicating, where we are doing family activities, where we are praying together, where we are fasting together, where we are just coming together as a unit, even though we were not able to work out as a relationship, as a romantic relationship. We are coming together as parents to provide the best environment and the upbringing for our child. So right now, if you would have asked me 2, 3 years ago, did I see this coming? Did I see myself being here? I would say no. I did not see myself being here. Not at all. I just, I was upset. I was angry, that I had to go through this journey. I had to have my baby shower by myself. I was humiliated. There was a lot of things that were taking root in my life, and it was hard for me to even see this woman, that I am today. So I wanted to encourage you that your day is coming, that you won't always be hurt, that you won't always feel anger and resentment, and you won't always beat yourself up, feeling like you should have made better choices and made better decisions, because everything does happen for a reason. And because of the journey that I went through, I was able to write a book. I was able to become an author. I was able to create these courses to help other women pull through. And then also, most importantly, I was able to, with God's grace, heal myself, heal those areas of resentment, heal those areas of bitterness, so that when I have communication with my child's father, it's coming from a place of love for him and love for our child, and not a revenge trying to get back at him. So in my book, I go through a lot of examples and stories on how I was able to overcome that abandonment and those challenges. But today I'm only going to discuss 5. I do discuss these tips in detail in my book, but I wanted to give a mini course because I understand how it feels, and I hope that these tips work for you. They're not only tips that I tried, because nothing is never truly new, but other people that were not pregnant, but just other women and other men who also have tried these things just to clear their energy, just to bring in better vibes, just to incorporate a different lifestyle. They also have tried these. So let's get started. The first tip that I started early on in my pregnancy was owning my space. So I read a lot of books, and books are the reason why I've grown spiritually to a tremendous level, that now that I could be aware of my ego, being aware of things that's happening, being aware of my emotions and my feelings, and I'm aware of my surroundings as well. So I read a book, and the author was speaking about how to create a more positive energy. So I took these ideas and I applied them, but I also incorporated my own specialty, which I now say own your space. So what does own your space mean? Own your space mean take ownership of your house, of your apartment, of your room, of wherever you are living at. Take ownership. Take ownership of it. That means if something's out of place, we're going to go into this in the next slide, but you are now full control of your space. You cannot control what's happening in your life with your finances. Sometimes you cannot control what's happening with your love life, and you dag sure can't control what your baby daddy is doing. But what you can do is take control of your house, and how you're going to do that is through cleanliness. Now, I know it sounds like, what house cleaning going to help me? Cleaning has so many different benefits. Not only just the results of cleaning, but the actual act of cleaning does so much for your mental space and for your mental environment. I know that some people have like moms, or sisters, or, where you get mad, or you even might be that woman when you get mad and all of a sudden you just start cleaning, right? It's something about cleaning that relaxes you, something about cleaning that helps you work through situations, something about cleaning that improves your mood. And cleaning will help you immediately create a space of clarity, of appreciation, and of new direction. So this is where the work begins, because again, this is not just something that you just, you take this course and you're done, or you read a book and you're done. You have to apply all of these tips, because that's how you'll be able to cope through. So what you're going to do is you're going to clean from top to bottom. Now, this means you are cleaning walls, girlfriend. You are cleaning woodworks. You are cleaning doors. You are cleaning refrigerators. You are cleaning microwaves, stoves. You are cleaning. You are the Mrs. Shine. You are the Mrs. What's that? Mr. Clean. You are the Mrs. Clean. Okay, you're going to clean your place from top to bottom, and you're going to use the best products that you think that they smell so good that you feel like cleans. And sometimes I love a good Ajax in the bathroom. I love, some Lysol. It makes me feel like I'm killing all that bacteria. You're going to use the best products that you think is good, and you're going to clean your space. And again, while you're cleaning, you're going to throw some music on. You're going to get yourself in that environment. Like, hey, maybe the place that you're living in now was shared with your child's father, or maybe you had some interactions with him. His energy is still lingering. You have to clean that energy out there. You have to start fresh. And after you do this, you have to make sure you have to protect this energy. You have to protect the environment and the space that you are moving into. And I'm telling you, after you clean up your entire house and everything is shining, you're going to feel a new sense of belonging, a new sense of direction, and then just a new sense that you got this. Your clothes, you're going to donate things to charity, donate them, the things that have holes in them, or that got stains in them, throw those away, do whatever you need to do. But you're going to get rid of those clothes, those shoes, those jewelry, and just those sentimental reminders that if one time my child's father had gave me like this little thing that he bought from Home Goods. It's just a little decoration that you just put up on a shelf. I had to get rid of that. I had to remove that, because energy is real. His energy was on that, and even though it came from a good place, I don't need to sit here and look at that thing all day and think about him, which is going to stir up the negative thoughts in my mind, and it's like da, 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 da. Before you know it, I'm down a path of anxiety, depression, stress, just anger, because I looked at that decoration on my shelf. That has to go. It's time to go. Get rid of everything that he got you. If you got to sell it because you want to make some money, then sell it. But this is the process of you doing what you need to do to protect yourself and to move on to where you need to be. So after you clean that kitchen and clean those walls and clean that stove and clean that microwave, and you've really scrubbed your bathroom and scrubbed your toilet, and you just, washed your clothes, folded everything, hung them up, and you're just at the last bit, you're mopping your entire floor, or you're vacuuming your entire floor, you have to put the cherry on top. The cherries on top is buy roses for yourself. Now, I know roses are not easily accessible, and I know sometimes they can be expensive. When I lived in Miami, there was a a flower shop across the street. The roses were 2 dozen for, $12. I stacked up on those roses. It was just like, and they only last about a week max or whatever, but just the sense and the smell of fresh flowers and fresh roses in your place is just a self-appreciation that you need at such a sacred time. And even for the women who are not pregnant right now, and you're just you're just a single mother, and you're going through it right now, and you're doing everything by yourself, and all the weight of the world is on your shoulders. Having a clean house and having that reminder of fresh roses just remind you of who you are, what you are worth, and any man that wants to come into your life is going to have to treat you as such. He's going to have to appreciate the woman that you are, that you go out of your way to clean the woodwork, that you go out of your way to clean out the refrigerator, that you go out of your way to make sure, you know, your clothes are color coded. Yes, at one point in time, I colored code my clothes. That's a tongue twister. And all the whites were with the whites, all the blacks with the blacks, the colors, the pinks, everything. Because all my shoes, to this day, my shoes are still the same. All my black shoes are together, all my tan shoes together, sneakers is together, my boots is together. You know, he's going to appreciate the structure, the organized woman that you are, because that's what it takes to run a family. And that's what it takes to raise a child. So again, I'm happy that you are here, because this technique alone will improve your environment, your mental space tremendously. And after you bought yourself roses, you cut them up and you put them in different plants, different places. I had about four to five vases in my house. I had roses in my bedroom, I had roses in my bathroom, had roses in my second bedroom, which I use as an office space. I had roses in my kitchen. It was roses everywhere, just a reminder of who I am. And they just look so beautiful. They just make you feel so good. You know, you are a woman and you deserve roses. After that, I lit about 7 candles again in my office, in my bedroom, in my bathroom, in my kitchen, just lit candles, because they smell so nice. And just the lighting of the candles, especially at nighttime, was just so relaxing. And this is one of the key tools that I use every single time I'm stressed out, every single time where all hell is breaking loose in my life. What can I change first? My house is dirty. Let me clean up my house. You know, let me clean up my house. Let me take a nice hot bath with candles lit, with roses, you know, turn off the lights. It was some nice healing meditation music. Let me find the areas of my life that I can control, even though everything on the outside is out of control. The next tool is to create your vision. So after you have cleaned your space, you've cleared your space, you've got rid of the negative toxic energy that your child's father, your ex, whoever is bringing into your life, you have to create your new vision. Before, you had a vision of being with him, possibly marriage, possibly whatever the vision that you had when you first met him. But now you have to create a new vision. No, my life is no longer like this. You know, you made your decisions, and who knows what the future may bring, but you've made your decisions and I've made mine, and now it's time for me to reevaluate, regroup, and come out with a vision. So what is it that you desire? So at the time, I desire to just be happy. So I made a vision board of just what the things that make me happy. I feel like a penthouse. Yes, one day I want to live in a penthouse. That penthouse makes me happy. A nice big old ring and some jewelry and true love will make me happy. You know, being around animals being around family makes me happy. You know, going to church, you know, makes me happy. So in my vision board, I created a lot of I visualized and created a lot of things that will make me happy. So these are all different questions. What does that look like? What do you need? Okay. And all of this is going on your vision board. So what do you need to feel like you be happy? I'm going to tell you right now what you need. What you need, number one, is to spiritually come to a place of wholeness and fullness. That is number one. Okay. You will not necessarily be happy if money comes, long-term happiness. If money comes, you can have all the money in the world. You can have all the friends in the world. Your baby dad can even come back. You could be together. But if you're not spiritually fed and spiritually whole, then you will not have the true happiness and joy and desires that our Creator has designed for us. Okay? So a vision board is so fun. I love doing vision boards. I do them every single year. There was at a point in time where I did them twice a year. A vision board, you grab a big poster board, go to Staples, Walmart, Kmart, get a poster board, grab some of your favorite magazines. You're gonna start cutting pictures and words out, and really, before I start any vision board, I would say a prayer like, you know, God, please allow me to cut out, and please allow me to focus, and please allow me to let the words stick out to me of the things that I need to cut out and put on my vision board. And then I would start. And anything that appealed to me, some years it was just all pictures. Some years it was just all words. And then, last year it was pictures and words along with, like real, checks and real checks, So it doesn't necessarily have to be just magazines. It could be anything that you want to accomplish. And you put it on a board and you place it up in an area where everybody's going to see it. Now, this can be intimidating. This can be somewhat shy. I started out with vision boards in my bedroom, in my office, but as the years go by, I started being bold and I put it right out in my living room. So that way, when my mom, my sister, my brother, whoever, my friends come over, they'll see it and they'll see the most inner personal parts of me. But yes, I want you to see it so that your energy can rub off and that vision board can manifest itself. Because you can look at it and say, oh, okay, so Davida wants to be married. Yes, boom, we have another energy out here that's saying Davida wants to be married. Boom, Davida, wants some millions of dollars. Boom, we have another energy source out here saying, okay, Davida wants $1,000,000. We're putting out into the universe of what we want. And the more people that see that and the more people that repeat that, whether it's a thought, whether it's just their eyes, it's energy and it's put out there. Okay. After you create your vision, you have to believe in your vision. It's just not you just posted it up on in your living room and that's it. You have to look at that vision board every single day and you have to believe in it. And there's also other things that you can do while you're believing in your vision. The first one that I always recommend is prayer and fasting. No matter which religious background you have, or if you have no religious background, I'm going to let you know that prayer and fasting works. Prayer is basically you just having an intimate conversation with the Creator, with God, and you're just basically wanting to get close to Him. You're talking to Him about your day. You're telling Him what's going on. And then you're also making requests. You're also making requests like, hey, God, give me more strength. Hey, God, allow me to get through the situation with my child's father. Allow me to pay the bills this month. I mean, it's just like you're talking to a girlfriend or a boyfriend. It's the same type of relationship that you have with God. And the more you talk to Him, the more He's going to talk back. Fasting is basically a sacrifice, a giving up something to become closer with God. So a lot of my fasts started out by giving up certain foods, giving up TV, giving up drinking, alcohol. Sometimes I was giving up sex. I just gave up certain things. Now that I am a, full Christian, I do abstain from all of that. But you can give up anything that you feel like is distracting you, whether it's coffee, or something that you're just doing every single day that you're going to miss. Don't give up things that you're not going to miss. Okay, so fasting is for a period of time, whether it's 1 day, 3 days, 7 days, 21 days, whether it's just for 24 hours. It's just a fasting saying, hey God, I'm giving this up because I want to be closer to you and I want to hear from you. In return, God, talk to me. Visualization helps you believe in your vision. I read a book that was purely about visualization and the different techniques to do in a different meditation. Visualization works. There has been so many times that I've sat in front of the mirror, that I sat in front of my laptop with the video camera on, and I have practice talking in front of an audience, doing these mini courses, talking and teaching and being the author and the woman that I am today. I've done that years before I'm even sitting talking to you today. I've done the work. I've done the work every single day. Role playing, it's out of order. Role playing is another thing, again, with the visualization. I got up and I acted on what I needed to do. Affirmations are just the constant reassurance, the constant, every single day, the constant statement that you're going to get better, that you're going to, have a good relationship with your child's father, that you're going to be a great mother, that no matter what happens, no matter the lows that he takes, that you're always going to take the high. I had to have confirmation that yes, I am still beautiful. Yes, I am still a woman. I'm going through this journey. It takes a lot on your characteristics. It takes a lot on your character. You lose parts of yourself, but you have to affirm that you are not losing any parts of yourself, that when this whole thing is said and done and the baby is out of your stomach, you will be the woman that you once were, or now that the baby's out of your stomach and you're raising him, that you will be a great, phenomenal mom, and you will be able to separate your child and your emotions. So all of these is how to believe in your vision. This is what it is. So if you want to know how to believe in your vision, you're saying, Davida, well, how am I supposed to believe? Because, I don't know how to believe. You pray, you fast about that vision. You visualize that vision. You close your eyes and you visualize. You role play. You get up in the mirror and you act like you're doing whatever you want. Listen, people have called me crazy my entire life. I don't care. I don't care about people calling me crazy. I'm an Aries. People are always going to call me crazy. But what I do care about is that I love role playing. And if I want to have certain situations pan out the way that I want them to, I role play them first. Even get along with my child's father. I used to role play getting along with my child's father. I used to sit at the table and act like I was talking to him and we were having a good conversation. And guess what? Today, we are great friends. Today, we talk about, our life. We talk about things that we're accomplishing, things that we're doing, nothing that pertains to our child. And there was no way that we could have gotten there unless we both did the work. But I know, and not to pat myself on the back, but I know the work mostly came from me, because we as women are the ones that are massively affected by this situation. The next tip that I'm going to share is to journal. What is it? How to journal, when to start a new journal, and the results of journaling. Journaling was something that I've been doing since I was a child. I've always had little books that I wrote poems in, wrote little songs in. I've always been a writer at heart. Never really developed that skill until after college, when I realized, okay, I do love writing. But you do not have to love writing to journal. Journal is just your vent, your way to vent, your way to relax, your way to open up and not be judged for what you're thinking. Now, sometimes, you could say, hey, Davida, I have a problem with journaling. Journaling, I don't feel like I can just, I don't feel like I can release everything that I'm thinking. And it's because you're probably judging yourself. You're probably judging yourself because you think other people are judging you. You're probably judging yourself and you're having a roadblock. So I encourage you to listen. If you got to rip up that paper, I don't want you to, but if you got to rip up that paper after you get done writing everything that you feel out, your true raw feelings, then do it. Burn it, rip it up, wet it, put it down the toilet, whatever you got to do. But get those feelings out of you, because when they're harboring inside of you like that, there's a lot of emotions that's not good for you. And if you're pregnant, it's not good for the baby. And if you're raising your child and you've had your child, it's not good for his environment to have all these emotions that you cannot release. Okay, so journaling is a great way to release your emotions, release your tension. You'll feel a weight lifted off your shoulder. So how do you journal? Just go to the nearest Walmart or whatever, pick up a cute book that you think is cute, and start. You're going to have to do it any type of way. You can do it your own way. Write the date at the top, whatever you want to do. Write the date at the bottom, however you want to write. It's your journal. You do it. Okay, and the most important question that I'm always asked is when to start a new journal. This is when you pay attention to your intuition. Usually, if I haven't finished a completed journal, usually I'll start a journal every year. Every year is a different phase. However, there are some journals that I've had for 3 years in the same journal because the pages are just that thick and I'm not writing in them every day. I encourage you to write in them as much as you can. So I'll try to write at least 4, 5 times a week, but that takes consistency, that takes practice. So if you just commit to writing just once a day or 2 times, or whatever works for you, just commit to that time, you will see a difference in your mood. You're no longer harboring that space. So when to start a new journal, you'll start a new journal when a new phase becomes, when a new break, a new season comes. You just, your body shifts, everything shifts. You may want to start a new phase after the baby comes, and once the baby comes, you may want to have that journal about the early motherhood and what you're going to do. Or if your baby turns 2 or 3 and you're going through that toddler, that terrible twos phase, which I am in now. You may want to start a new journal then. It's just all about paying attention to yourself and your inner, and you'll know when is the appropriate time to start a new journal. Also, the results of journaling, like I said, is very beneficial to your mood, very beneficial to your environment, your health, and you don't have to hold all that stuff in. If you don't have anyone that you can talk to, you can always talk to your journal. The third thing that I recommend is seek counseling. Seek counseling. Counseling has been a major part of my growth and my development, and I will encourage everyone that I speak to, man and woman, to see some type of mentor, some type of counselor, some type of therapist, because it is necessary for your development in life. Life is not easy. Life is very hard, okay? You're going to go through experiences. If you have not gone through them yet, you are going through them now. That's why you are taking this course, and this will not be your last experience. Trying to take on that responsibility on your own without outside help and guidance will lead you to anxiety, will lead you to stress, will lead you to depression. And you do not want to go down that route, because it's a dark route, and a lot of people suffer from suicidal thoughts and actual acts of suicide because of the major extremes of depression. So the benefits of counseling: you have someone to talk to. You have someone to give you proper guidance. You have someone to help you reason and think logically. Sometimes your emotions are just so, in a way, so buoyant and blatant, and just you can't even see through the fog of that hate and that hurt, that you need just a pair of outside eyes to help you come in and help you just think straight. And I just, my counselor and my mentor and my therapist, I've had many throughout the years, but the one that I have now has become a dear friend to me, and I just love her to pieces. Like, she's almost probably going to be in my wedding. That's how much I love her. So you have to seek counseling, because you cannot do this on your own. Now, who should counsel you? If you cannot find a free therapist, there are free therapists. When I lived in Miami, I was able to I was eligible for state care, which is the Medicaid in the U.S. And in that program in Miami, they have a social worker who comes to your house, who make sure you're pregnant, take your vitals, and it's a social worker or a nurse, and they will come and talk to you and make sure you have everything you need. If you need any food stamps, if you need any WIC, at the time, I was okay of taking care of myself, but I was not in the financially not in the place to take care of 2 people. So I definitely need a state help. I don't look down on state help. State help is love when you need it, and when you don't need it, get off of it and let someone else have it. So social worker came to my house, and we had a conversation, and I took a survey, and the survey proved that I was depressed. I was 4 or 5 months pregnant, and I was completely depressed. Depressed because my child father was going around saying the baby wasn't his. He was going to our church. We went to the same church and telling our pastor that the child wasn't his. I mean, he was going through major extents to humiliate me, to diminish my character, to tear me down as a woman, and it was working. And all I could wake up and go to sleep and think about is how much I hated him and how much I wanted him dead. I was fully depressed. Now, the vibe of that depression and trying to bring a baby in this world does not mixed. My health was just up and down. I was just sad and crying and just really at a tough place where I just almost did not want to just continue on with life. And I knew that God had bigger plans for me, but I just couldn't understand why I had to go through this situation. Why did it have to be me? I ask these questions all the time. Of why did these things had to happen to me? Why did I have to be the one to go through this? And I'm sure that some of you feel the same exact way. And I do not want you to be discouraged because, again, I sit in front of you and today here through this course to tell you that there is light at the end of the tunnel, that you will not always be sad, that you will not always be depressed, that you will not always feel this hate and this hurt in your heart. You know why? Because you are going to do the necessary works it takes to heal yourself. We get on social media and we see little different memes all the time about, you can't run back to, it's like this one little meme. It's like you can't heal from the person that hurt you. You know what I'm saying? You can't. And that doesn't just mean just guys, that's anything. You can't heal from the thing that hurt you. You can't run back to it, but the thing that hurt you will heal you. You can't go back and expect to be healed by the thing that hurt you. But the thing that hurt you will heal you. Now that doesn't probably make sense now, but I'll just break it down for you. Running back to my child's father, trying to get love, which I did, tried to write him letters, tried to help him understand that this baby had to be here. And that, I wasn't, that if I could change it, I would. And just trying to help him understand that, let's at least just try to get along. I was running back to him. And I was also expecting apologies for him for the humiliation, for the hurt that he had caused me, and for the embarrassment I feel like he had caused me. He never gave me an apology. Still to this day, I have no apology for all the hurt that he has caused me in the past. And even to this day, he irritates me. So, he will apologize for the stupid stuff because he knows me by now. But, from the whole pregnancy, he never not once apology. But guess what? The journey that I went through healed me altogether as a woman. I developed into a phenomenal woman. I've developed into just a mentor and an author. I've always aspired to be an author. I've developed into an author. So it healed me. Even though it came at a price, it healed me. So who should counsel you? A therapist, a professional. If you have one, a pastor, someone who can look at your situations from the outside. And with that, I want you to stay consistent within that therapy. It's not going to be a one and done. You're not going to go to the first session and be healed. I'm literally, I want to say, I've been on and off with counseling and therapy since college. Okay, so I am 30. I was going there around 18. Okay, so that's like 12 years of me on and off. And I've been consistently going to a therapist for the last 3 years. Consistently. At least once or twice a month, consistently. For the last 3 years, I've been seeing a therapist, seeing a counselor. And I owe my credit, and God definitely gets the glory, because he placed me in front of my counselor. He placed me in front of my therapist, who was the very key instrument in bringing my co-parentingship back together. So I encourage you to seek counseling. If you cannot get counseling, or if you can, still, I want you to build your support system. This support system is a team that's created out of love, where you are comfortable to vent, where you never feel ashamed of who you are and what you're going through. This is a support system. So this is the activity that we're about to do, an exercise. If you're saying, well, I don't know who my support system is, or I think I may know who my support system is, but I'm not sure, we're going to do an activity. your support. So you're gonna make a list of names. So do not Terrell and Gaylord or do just the internet. I got this list off the internet. Listen, make a list of names. You're gonna get a piece of paper. Make a list of every name of everybody in your life, from your mom to your dad, your sister, your friend, your cousin, your colleague, all the people in your life. Just make a list, and that can be just very people that you talk to. Not necessary. It could be your coworker, but not somebody you say hi and bye to. You want to talk about the people that you have real dialogue conversations with, people that you hang out with, people that you talk on the phone with, that you text with, that you know that go to the movies with, that you go to dinner with. These are the people that you want to hang out. These are people that you want to name on your list, because these are the key, crucial people that you need to know who's in your support system. So if you need to pause right now, you can pause and grab a piece of paper and make a list of names. After you have made that list of names, take a highlighter or take a pencil, you want to circle or whatever, works for you. Highlight everyone that you truly enjoy being around. Truly people that bring the best out of you. People that you feel comfortable with, that there's no judgment, that you just love and they just love you. People that you trust, people that encourage you, because these are the key points of what you're going to need in your support system. These are the key thing that's going to help you move every day, because guess what? Your child's father, whether you're pregnant or you're going through motherhood, he is not going to be there for you the way that you want him to. So you have to now create a village to be here, to be there for you in the ways that he would. And even if he was here, you still have to create the support system, because it's so necessary to create a circle that's going to lift you up when you're down, that's going to speak life into you, that's going to speak encouragement to you, that's going to help you move forward, that's going to see the bigger picture and see how blessed and beautiful and talented you are. You need other people. So after you've highlighted all of those people who support you, you're going to reflect on your circle. Now look at your circle. Who is those key people? I want you to take those names. I want you to put them on a different sheet of paper. And then I want you to categorize them as who you can talk to. At the top, you can say people you can talk on the phone with, that you feel really comfortable with, that you feel like you can talk to about anything, people that have fun with. So you have two different categories of people. People you have fun with, people you have, you can talk to about. And some of these people are the same people, but sometimes you have to separate them, so you know that at this moment, I know that I'm bored right now. I know that, not necessarily bored, but I know that I'm lonely right now. I know that a part of me wants to call my child's father and just plead back to him. No, you need to call the friend off the fun list and say, hey, let's go get something to eat. Let's go, let's go grab a drink if you're not pregnant. Let's go, hang out. Let's go to the movies. Let's do something to get your mind off of that. Or if you're going through a tough time in your life, a tough situation in your life, and you need someone to talk to, you know that these are the people that will always answer your phone calls, that are always going to give you sound advice or just be a listening ear. Lastly, you want to have fun. Make sure you have fun. This is a once in a lifetime. You only have one child, that one child. You may be pregnant again and you may have more children. And for the moms out here who has 2 and 3 children, we know that that child is an individual, and there's no one in the world like your child, and your other children are not like your one child. So you know that this is a time that you appreciate and have fun, because you're not always going to be down, you're not always going to be sad, you're not always going to be mad. You're going to come to a place where you appreciate life, you appreciate your child, and this is a once in a lifetime situation. And being pregnant with my first child was a once in a lifetime, and even though it was hard as heck, I still was able to appreciate the great times of being pregnant, the great times of eating what I wanted and being taken care of and being treated and not working, thank God, and also allowing people to celebrate me. Even though I was embarrassed to go to my baby shower by myself, I still allowed myself to be celebrated and allowed my child to be celebrated by people that we love, because it's not about, it's not about the child's father. It's not about if he's here or not. It's about the people that love you and the people that you love. Thank you again for enjoying and attending this, my first mini course. I thank you. I really appreciate you for just registering. And I hope that if you just take one key technique, one key tool out of here, that it will change your life tremendously. I pray for you, my sister. Everything that I do, everything that I am, and everything that I'm aspiring to be is to help women like us.